everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Vlog. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I'm really excited to bring you from our friends at Mintay Papers these two new Christmas sets here. This one is the 12 by 12 format for Home for Christmas, and this other 6 by 6 format is from The Sweetest Christmas. Both of them are just packed full of wonderful designs. I'm going to start here with The Sweetest Christmas and show you some things that I did with this. This one is this tiny little format. It's got the cutest little cutouts and the most adorable little scenes. They're double-sided. And this one has a sort of little kitchen, adorable cooking, vintage retro theme for Christmas. I had so much fun playing with these. I wanted to show you. This is the card I made with this one. I used a 6 by 6 card blanks and envelopes for this one, and that allowed me to just tear one of these 6 by 6 papers out, plunk it right on top, and I didn't have to do any cutting or anything else. Then I did do a little cutting by taking one of the back sides of one of these papers and just cut a little strip, put a little notch, V-notch in there, a little dovetail, and that was sort of the little base, and then I cut out all these little elements and put a little bit of foam tape on there. I wanted to mention the Crafter's Companion small 3D foam tape pads. You get 20 little sheets of these tiny little things of pre-cut foam tape that are just perfect for card making and paper crafting. Look how tiny they are. And they're perfect because they're already pre-cut, so you don't have to sit there and do a lot of that yourself. They're ready to go, and there's just a ton of them in there. So they're perfect for these little things. And I added a little sparkle with, this is the Diamond Sparkles, Christmas Sparkles, little self-adhesive gems, and they're just perfect shade for Christmas. And then also added a little bit of red ribbon from this red ribbon set. As you can see, I added the sparkles up here over the little Christmas lights they already had, and just did a little bit of layering. And then I added for the Christmas greeting there, this is Christmas script greeting dazzles, and also tiny words and phrases. And for me, this is just a must-have. It's got two different styles of little dazzle stickers in there. So it's got these beautiful script greetings, and then it's also got these tiny words and phrases for the holidays. And so I needed something that was really small to put in there. So that was a perfect little greeting. And then I also wanted to show you, if you've got a little bunch of pieces that once you've cut things apart on this little format, I also found using the slim line cards was really a nice format. So here's a slim line, and this is 8.5 by 3.5. And of course, slim lines are just everywhere now. They're really popular, but we also have the matching size envelope that looks really nice. And I also added just some little gold jewel border dazzles, and then once again those Christmas script greetings. I also added a little 4-inch lace doily and a little bow there, and they have these little Christmas frames in here right there. So I just cut one of those out and I was good to go. So a really fun and easy card to put together. All right, so now let's get to the 12 by 12 format for the Home for Christmas. And this one also beautiful, and it has an entirely different look to it. So on this cover page, we have all the cutouts, which I love to do. I love to just take my little scissors and I just sort of cut them into rough squares, and then I just start on one quart, and when I'm watching TV, I just sit there and cut these things out, and in one evening, I think one movie, I managed to cut all these out. And then I have all of them sort of sitting out, and I keep them in a sheet protector, and I add them to my pages. So I love this collection with all of the natural elements that are just beautiful. There's 2 of every one of these, so I'll just show you the first ones. Look at this blue lace. And all these little scenes. Look at this little card catalog. I don't see those anymore. And the wreaths and the stars. Excuse me. Here's the little cutouts, which make perfect little card focals, or these on the back. And then we start over again. So got those. So I wanted to show you I did another slimline card with this one. And for this, I took some of that blue lace, and then I also cut out this wreath. And as you can see, I just did a little bit of a white edge around that, and I cut around it, and then around the inside, I just stuck my scissors right through the center of this wreath, and then just cut around that as well. So it may look like I did a really careful job of cutting, but you know, you've got a nice little wide border around there. And then I also cut out some of the poinsettias, the little lamp that's up here, and of course this cute little bird. And then on the centers of the poinsettias and the flowers, I added some of those Christmas sparkles again. And of course, adding that foam tape really makes a difference. And then one of those little script greetings as well. So it's also lovely for doing scrapbook pages. So this one I did last night. This I loved, this sort of wall in this grand home with the garland and the little swag at the top. So this one was really easy to do, just double matted a 6 by 4 inch photo, and then just added these little cutout elements and added foam tape to those. And then a couple of these little sparkles again in gold and silver. And I thought the silver just picked up the little sparkly dots that were on the background paper as well. So adding a little Christmas greeting for my little title there. All right, so now I wanted to show you how I do this generally whenever I do any of the Mintay papers, is I like to show you how you can get from one sheet of paper, how you can get 4 cards, and how to cut this up. Because you look at this and it's so beautiful and you don't want to cut it up, but that's what they're designed to do. And so I wanted to show you, here I used for this card, I used the 6 by 6 card format, and this card came from right here. As you can see there, I just cut that down a little bit smaller, probably to about 5 3/4 of an inch square. Glued that to the 6 by 6 card. I added some red jewel border dazzles at the top, and also this is a 3-pack for Christmas greeting dazzle stickers, and I loved the red in there, how it really stood out against the background. I even added a couple more of those little gemstone sparkles there and some red ribbon. Then for the next one, this one came from right down here. And this is just a regular 5 by 6.5 inch card. And as you can see, I didn't use the space here and just lined that up. I wanted to get that nutcracker in there, so I made sure and just aligned it and just dropped it right on my card. I don't have a border on it or anything. It was really easy. But then once I got this done, I thought, okay, where am I going to put my greeting? Well, I just overlapped some of those elements there using those script greeting dazzles for Christmas. And then same thing with my bow. Where am I going to put a little bit of ribbon, a little dimension, a little color? So I just put it in a little cluster of little pine cones and jingle bells there. All right, and then this one came from right up here in the corner. I cut this one down a little bit smaller, put this on my 6.5 by 5 inch card, added some of those cutouts again with foam tape and some of those little jewels. And then remember, they had all of those frames. Here we go, these cutout frames. So I took one of those and put that in the center and used another one of those 3-pack red greetings there. So that left me with this space down here. Here we go. And this really wasn't speaking to me. I wanted to make one that was a little different than this one. So I decided I'm just going to use the back of that card. So let me show you what I did. I'm going to put together this one right now. So I'm going to get my Cosmic Shimmer Specialist acrylic glue. And you don't need much. This glue really has a lot of grip to it. All right. And then I had an extra strip of this paper from the top edge, and I thought I'm going to hold on to that one. Can't really see what's going on here, but I liked what was happening at the ends. So I thought, well, I'll put it in this direction and I'll use this. I have one of my little cutouts, And I put one of the little stickers from the Tiny Words and Phrases Christmas on there. I'm going to mat that with just a little bit of black. Right. And then I'm going to glue this one down. Make sure that's straight. And then I'm going to take those little scissors, I'm going to turn the card over and trim that excess border off. I like to use it, I like to turn it over so I can just trim it even with the card edges. All right, so now you see I'm going to cover up that piece right there, and I still get that little bit of lace right here. And then that's a little bit of the window pane, but nobody knows that but me. Right? And then got some of my little cutouts right here. I'm going to put those kind of in a cluster right here. I'm going to use some of my little foam tape pieces. I can get these off camera there. Go. There. All right, so I've got my poinsettia, and I want to add a little sparkle to that. So I've got my little used set of jewels here. And I'll just put a blue one on there. And then I can just start building a little grouping or a little collage to this. And because all of these items go together, it's really easy to decide what I'm going to put. These little berry collections, I like to have those extend out from the poinsettia. A little pine cone. Now look at my pine cone here. I didn't do a very careful job cutting that out. So I just wanted to show you, it just doesn't take long to do this. Here's another little package that's a little smaller. Right there. And then we've got a little star. And I'm going to put that right there. All right. So those are just what you can do with some of the little leftover pieces. I wanted to tell you guys we have a great money saver on this collection, so I would really encourage you to check that out. If you're watching us on our vlog page, then you would just look to the right and you'll see the photo of the money saver. And if you're watching us on YouTube, look below the video in the description box and you'll see links to the money saver as well as to paperwishes.com, where you'll find more videos and fun things to play with. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.